If you haven't heard of loyalty testers, I think you're going to kind of like this. Or maybe not. Perhaps you should consider yourself lucky. People hire loyalty testers, as also known as professional flirters, to test whether or not their partner would, dare I say, cheat. And if you feel the need to test your partner's loyalty, it's either because you have trust issues or your partner is giving you reasons to doubt. It's all the rage on TikTok. Joining us now to discuss this is so much more is Dr. Judith Wright. She's the author of The Heart of the Fight. Dr. Judith, thank you so much for joining us right here on the Live Zone. Truly appreciate you being patient and taking time out.
It's my great being with you.
All right, so let's jump into this. I got to tell you, I think it was maybe a week ago or so, I heard about this thing, loyalty testers. Loyalty. And I said, what is that? Well, as you heard me state, it's folks actually going out and testing their partner as to whether or not they would cheat. How did we get to this point?
It's scary, isn't it, to think about that? So, look, we all yearn to love and be loved and feel secure and know that we're special and that we're chosen. But sometimes we don't know how to create that. And we start feeling anxious, we're suspicious, our feelings are hurt. And we're like, what do I do? And when we don't have the skills of really relating with true intimacy, we come up with these tests, like these traps, trying to trap someone into proving their loyalty. So people are doing that. They're hiring professional flirters or doing it through social media. And it's an issue. And it's really telling us that we don't have the true skills of really relating, that we're resorting to that.
Yeah, but Dr. Wright, would you also argue that this can potentially blow up in your face?
Yeah, it totally does. Because look at it, because you might even pass a test. Let's say that you you do this loyalty test with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. They may pass it, but you might lose the relationship because there's no win. Because the person who's been tested, they're going to feel humiliated, betrayed, angry. Why didn't you just talk to me? The person testing can oftentimes feel ashamed, knowing that they kind of crossed the line. But what happens is the real issues don't come to the surface to really be unlocked and to be really, which is where intimacy happens. So you might do it, they might pass the test, but you might lose the relationship. And oftentimes that happens.
Yeah.
There's a woman I know who is engaged, and she was getting strange DMs on her social media, and she talked to her fiance, and he admitted it was him trying to test her. And now she's like, I don't think I want to marry you.
Wow.
That's the kind of image it can create.
And so, yet again, that is an amazing story. I hope it works out for him.
I do too.
I'm thinking about the initial response of someone. And so, let's say I'm in a relationship and I don't trust the person that I'm with. Well, to your point, yet again, one could argue if I were to, let's say, hire this loyalty tester, my soon-to-be significant other, or soon-to-be gone significant other, would then have trust issues with me, correct?
Exactly. That's why you're using disloyalty to try to build this trust of loyalty. And you're being dishonest, trying to prove your partner's honesty. So it's really a setup with no real good solution.
All right. So the $1 million question is, what do we do to fix it? What are some of the things that we
Yeah.
should be doing correctly?
Well, I think one is to really realize we have this deeper yearning that we have, that, to be special, to be loved. And we want to know that this person really has chosen us, even if we're not watching. That's kind of what that test is about. But people don't always know that's what they really yearn for underneath. They just know they're upset, they're anxious, they're afraid. And that then they try to soothe that aching part that says, well, do you love me? Am I the most important? Am I special? And it doesn't do that. What we need to do instead are to learn the skills of real intimacy. It's not a loyalty test. The real test of loyalty are courageous conversations, to really be able to speak from our heart about what we need and what we yearn for, and to ask directly for what we need, to be vulnerable with one another. That's how we build trust. That's how we build loyalty, moment by moment over time. And it's learning the skills, which is why we wrote the book, The Heart of the Fight. My husband and I wrote it together because
Oh,
we know what
wow.
these issues are. To really, here's the skills of intimacy. This is what we really need to do to grow and to really love and not have these traps and tests.
And so we'll end with this, and that is that dreaded word, jealousy. I've heard it time and time again. And some of us can't help it. I've been there, I will admit.
I,
And so with
yes,
that being said, what can I do and or someone, my viewers watching right now, that happen to, well, let's say, suffer from that dreaded word, jealousy?
Yeah, that green, green of jealousy. Well, part of it, it's not, it's understandable. You've had it, I've had it. It's normal when we start to feel threatened in some ways. But to really realize that that indicates something. Perhaps we're feeling insecure. Maybe it's our own issue. Maybe it's something we need to work on ourselves. Maybe it's something we should get some coaching for. Maybe we have a commitment issue. Maybe we don't feel secure. But it also is just a real call to be honest.
Mm.
Tell your partner, I'm feeling insecure. I need more reassurance. Maybe it's my issue. I'll work on that, but I need your help with this. Let's work on this together so we can build the trust with positive interactions. It's one of the rules of engagement we have in the heart of the fight to really accentuate the positive, build that foundation of affection and appreciation and accessibility and being responsible and responsive to one another. Then you've got a foundation where that jealousy starts to float away and you start to build more trust and more closeness.
We've heard that song, loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. In this case, it should really be honesty, honesty, honesty.